So you stumble upon my channel and you're like, who the hell are you? What is body doubling? And why should I care? Well, let me explain. Up my counter. Body doubling is what neurodivergent people use to help them get tasks done. And the reason it's so important is because a lot of us suffer from things like task paralysis and anxiety, things that kind of keep us stuck. Body doubling helps to encourage, motivate people with neurospiciness to get up and go, do the things that they need to do. Sometimes it's just a matter of someone sitting next to you or hanging out with you in the same room while you are doing things. Sometimes it's working together in parallel, but doing different things. Just having the presence of someone else's existing in the same space together. And it does help. It's kind of, one of those things that I think maybe some neurotypical people don't quite understand, but it works for us. For instance, this morning, I was having some task paralysis. I couldn't get up and just do the things that I needed to do because I had a lot of stuff that I wanted to do. I wanted to make my coffee. I wanted to do some cleaning. I wanted to make some videos. And I just could not get my brain to decide, okay, which do I want to do first? Another problem that we have is that a task is not simply one task. Say you're going to do dishes. Well, a neurotypical person would be like, okay, let's go do the dishes. For me, first off, I'm going to go and I see the sink and I see everything in that sink. So I have to get over that because I'm not just seeing the dishes, I'm seeing the mess. So it goes from, you got to turn on the water and let it get warmed up, and you got to rinse off your dishes. And I have a dishwasher, so I rinse my dishes off. Sometimes, I have to make sure I have plenty of dish soap, and I have to wash off some of the crud, and then I got to load it. And sometimes it's just, when your brain is going constantly, sometimes you can't just settle on something simple. So maybe you want to, I don't know, you want to get the task done, but you can't because it's just, there's too much there to do. Well, with body doubling, it gives you someone there who can work with you and help you get through that task. And it helps. A little bit about me. I am 44 years old. I have 2 kids. I am married for 17 years. I have generalized depression, moderate to severe, generalized anxiety, CPTSD. I have late diagnosis ADHD. I realized that something was going on when I started working in an office job. 2013, prior to 2013, I was a CNA, so I was on the floor, constantly busy. I didn't have the chance to reflect on who I was because I was constantly on the go, constantly. That it was just the life as a CNA working in health in a long-term care setting. So yeah, constantly busy. But as soon as I got to the nursing home, or to the office, sorry, I started doing that after I graduated in 2015. I have a 2-year degree in business. So I excelled at the administration part, doing the paper, or making paperwork and doing the numbers and all of that stuff that was required of me. But when it came to the tidying up part, putting away paperwork and, you know, all of that stuff, I just had mountains and mountains and mountains of paperwork because I just didn't have time to put it away. And eventually that became overwhelming. And even trying to put stuff away was just daunting because it's like, where do I start? So that's when I first realized that, you know, something was not right. You know, because I saw other people, because I shared an office with 3 other people, and their office space didn't look like mine did. They were able to get their stuff cleaned up and get things put away, and I just couldn't. And sometimes I would have to come in on weekends just to clean my space up. So fast forward to a few years ago, I started seeing a counselor. She started working with me. At first, you know, I mentioned that I might have ADD, and she was just like, I don't think you have ADD. I think it's just from trauma. And I was like, okay. So, sorry, I gotta get my cleaning stuff. I forgot to grab it. Anyway, so as I worked through my trauma and I worked through my CPTSD, I, you know, began to realize, you know, it's not just from trauma. It's not just from PTSD. And so I was recommended to a psychologist who, you know, did the testing. It's standardized testing for ADHD. And it turned out that, yes, I do have it. I was diagnosed last July. And I have been on medicine for it since. It has been helping. It has also been helping with my binge eating disorder. I also have seasonal depression, which really sucks because although, you know, I have depression, I am on medicine for it. And most of a good part of the year, I do okay. However, when it starts to turn from summer to fall and the days start to get shorter, the nights start to come in sooner, it really messes with me. I didn't realize that this was what was going on until actually this year. Prior to that, I was just like, no, it's not depression, or it's not seasonal depression. It's just, you know, situational. I lost a child in 2006 in January, or no, in March. She was born in January. But I'm like, it's just situational. Turns out, not so much, because prior to September, I was doing great. I was doing my workouts. I was consistently losing weight. And almost like overnight, my mental well-being started to decline. And so I had a talk with my psychologist. I said, hey, you know, this is what's going on. I can't do this anymore. So we started trying out different medicines, and I do believe that I have finally found a medicine that is working for me, which is why I'm here. So, you know, I'm very self-conscious about the videos that I'm putting up. I know that I am not your typical person to put videos out that for working out. I'm a big girl. I understand that. The video that I put up yesterday, you know, I kind of cringe when I look at it, but at the same time, I'm like, you know what? There are people who are just like me, who need someone else in the same boat to help get them motivated. And if I can be one of those people for you, then I'm here, and I'm going to put myself out there, because I'm not really a shy person. And, You know, if you don't enjoy what you're watching, if it's hard for you to watch, then just move on. But if just having someone else there while you're trying to get stuff done or while you're trying to do a workout, then here I am. You know, watch the video. You can just turn it down and just do your own thing, put headphones on, but I'm there in the background working with you. I was watching, it's called Midwest Magic Cleaning. I watch him. He cleans hordes. He's the one watching his videos this morning that motivated me finally to get off my butt and do some things that I needed to do. So here I am. So I am cleaning my counter. If you are cleaning yours too, great. If you're not and you're just listening to me chit chat, great as well. Maybe after we get done, you'll maybe feel like, hey, maybe I need to get up and go, you know, clean my counters or do my dishes or whatever. So, yeah, we're just going to finish cleaning up this counter and then, you know, live the rest of our lives. Mocha. Oh, my gosh. She was not doing that all morning until now. What is that about? Animals and children have to show their butts at the least convenient time. I have just recently gotten over a bronchial infection. So I have been coughing and hacking and all of that good stuff. I think I'm finally about to get it cleared up. But, Mocha, shut the hell up. Oh my goodness. But yeah, I apologize for all the coughing and snarfling and all of that shit. But it is what it is, you know. Sickness happens. Mocha! I'm about to take her out to the garage. So right now what I'm doing is I am just moving some stuff around, wiping the counter off and putting it back in a little bit more semblance of order. I'm not worried about really sanitizing. I'm not cleaning any of the stuff on my counter. I'm just cleaning the counter and getting it in a more manageable situation. Sometimes if it gets to be too cluttered, it's too overwhelming because you don't, like I said earlier, you don't just see the things, you see the mess, the whole thing instead of individual things. And it can seriously just, it can lock you up. It can freeze you. So sometimes I have to ask one of my other family members, hey, can you please make some sense out of this? Because I can't stand to look at it. It literally raises my anxiety. My son is very good about, he empties my dishwasher. I do the dishes, he empties the dishwasher because I don't know what it is about emptying the dishwasher. It's just a tedious task to me. I can't stand to do it. Now, I don't like to do dishes either, but I can do those better than I can do putting them away. I don't know. It's just the whole back and forth. So one of the things that I have used to help me is this book. It's called How to Keep a House While Drowning. And I know that right now it's kind of flipped over, but it's by Casey Davis. She is neurotypical or neurodivergent as well. She has ADHD. And her book really helped to break down the steps for cleaning. Because, like I said earlier, having to do the whole thing all at once is overwhelming to a neurospicy person. Because we have all of the things that we need to do. It's not just a matter of going and doing the laundry. It's a matter of going and gathering it and putting it in the wash. It's 101 steps. Sometimes it's just too much. Well, so she's really helped me. Prior to where I'm at now, I owned my husband and I owned our own house, and it was a mess. I had undiagnosed and untreated mental illnesses, including ADHD, and I basically lived in a hoarder situation. And it wasn't because I wanted to be in a hoarder situation, because I liked being in it. It's because of the task paralysis. Everything was there, and I didn't know where to start. So after reading her book and watching some of her videos that she has on YouTube, I really started to understand how to approach cleaning in a way that is not as overwhelming. And so now that's how I do it. For instance, I do not have any dressers in my house for clothes. My kids have like small dressers because they choose to. But the only dresser that I actually use, I use for my TV and storage for that. Jack, what are you doing? Sorry, gotta holler at my dog. Anyway, so I use laundry baskets, and I also hang some of my clothes up, and that's how I choose to do it. That doesn't mean that the way I do it is wrong. It's not typical of the way some people do it, but it's the way I do it, and it's the way that helps me keep my home clean. Some people choose to do things a different way, and that's fine too. Whatever works for you is the way you should do it. And if somebody else judges you for that, well, I don't care. Judge me. Tell me I'm wrong. You're wrong for, putting your 2 cents in. Not everybody has to do things the typical or traditional way. That doesn't work for all people. But it works for me. And speaking of, as I have been doing this, I have finished cleaning my counter. So I'm going to be wrapping up this video. But yeah, it's not quite as bad as it was. It's a little cluttered, but it's a controlled clutter. So I can live with this. If you enjoyed watching this video and you want to see more of what I can do, more of what I've got to offer, please click the subscribe button, click the follow button. Watch me for more videos because I'm going to try to post every day. But until then, I hope you have a wonderful day. I hope your week goes great, and I will see you later. Love you. Bye.